So there was this guy, and he had a really big presentation coming up, and he was nervous. He'd done it before, he was very experienced, he knew what he was doing, but he thought, ooh, can I do it again this time? But he also thought, I'm a pro, I could wing it, I've done that before, so he didn't really want to ask for help. So he waited, and he worried, and he worried, and he waited. And finally, the night before the presentation was scheduled to happen, he called me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, because he couldn't sleep. Why should I, right? He called me up and he said, I can't do this alone. I need your help. So we met the next day, and since it was going to be that night, I just gave him 3 things to do. 2 of them were the way he was delivering the material, and 1 was a physical gesture he was doing that was sabotaging him, and he didn't know it. And that night, I got to watch him walk out on stage and nail it. He was great. It was just wonderful. The audience rose to their feet in a standing ovation, and as he stood there and took it in, the look on his face made me smile so hard my cheeks hurt. This is why I do what I do. That guy was Luciano Pavarotti, singing the role of Radames in Aida at the Metropolitan Opera. The first biggest mistake is the audience thinks it's not relevant enough. It may not be you, it might be because you're not speaking to the right people. So what you want to write down is match your message to the room. You say that back to me? Match your message to the room. Might not be you, it might just be that they're not the right audience for you. So this is why we do a lot of strategizing when we work together to make you a superstar presenter, so that you know that you're addressing the audience and you're giving them what they're looking for. The second biggest mistake that I see is too much how, not enough why. Say that one back to me. Too much how, not enough why. Now, we've all heard this. This is Sales 101. As an expert, it's so easy to go into telling people how you do what you do. Yes, I see lots of heads nodding around here. But the truth is, you're not there to teach them how. You're there to teach them how to buy from you. Actually, it's not so much how to buy from you, it's how to invest in themselves through working with you. So as a speaker, you're actually a figure of hope. Your job is to teach them to believe in that hope and to hope that they can solve their problem by working with you, by using your solution. And if you think about it, sales is like sex. Nothing really happens till somebody gets excited, right? The truth is, only 7% of what people perceive about you comes from your words. The other 93% comes from how you deliver them. I had a client, my wonderful client, Mary. When she gets nervous, she gets a little quiet. Now, Mary is a writing coach. Her words are amazing. She's got really great words. But when we first started working together, before we started working together, she would get scared, and she'd her voice would get very quiet, and her shoulders would hunch up, and she would not look at people. So we worked with her on how to step into her power and how to be grounded. And she wrote to me after a speech not too long ago, and she said, "Oh my God, I'm so excited. I only had 3 minutes, and I was really nervous because I wasn't allowed to make an offer. But I did what you told me. I did the things that you taught me how to do. And my friend said I had never been so grounded and centered on stage. And best of all, afterwards, 8 people came to my table and signed up for my introductory package. $8,000 in 3 minutes. Thank you." To paraphrase Mark Twain, the difference between a talking head and a superstar presenter is like the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. You are amazing. Go out and be the lightning.